Good morning, viewers. In today's episode, I'll show you 5 or actually 24 new amazing spiders that have appeared here in my room. And if my memory serves me right, only one of the spiders I'll be showing you has never appeared on this channel before, so that'll be something new, while the rest have shown up here at some point. But the question you might be asking yourselves is, why am I showing you more spiders? After all, there have already been so many spiders that you've practically seen everything. There were trapdoors, there were tarantulas, there were non-tarantulas, there were black widows. That's true, you've seen it all. But these spiders are special because they're being prepared for future big projects that I'm getting ready for you. Lately, I've been bringing in rarer, more interesting, but more expensive spiders. And the total cost of all the spiders I'm going to show you is just a little over 4,000 Polish zloty. You're welcome to join me. Alright, I've got everything ready next to this giant roll of toilet paper. I was joking, that's not toilet paper. We have 3 large containers, a small one and an even smaller one, which we'll save for last, since they're the most interesting. Which in my opinion is the least interesting, but paradoxically might make the biggest impression. So if I put the container here and open it, you'll see a carpet of spider webs and a lot of burrows. Now I'm going to do something unpleasant, so I'll do this. And suddenly a lot of spiders appear before our eyes. Well, a little more here too. Oh wow, okay, they're about to start coming out. My dear friends, what you see here is actually one of the few species of spiders that can successfully be kept in a group. This is Monocentropus balfouri, a beautiful scientific name. To find the Polish name, we check the book of Polish names and see its monocentric gromadni, which shows it can be kept in a group. And in this small container there are, attention, 20 small specimens. Small, but not that small. They have bodies about 2 centimeters long. They're all about the same size. And they're really funny when they huddle together in a ball, right? It's hilarious. This group is linked to a project I plan to launch next year. Look, one of them actually got out. Hey, one of them ran away from me, look. Crazy one, why are you here? We keep walking. We keep walking. Such a tiny thing. Okay, into the container you go. These spiders are very venomous, but as you can see, you can poke small groups like this with your finger and nothing happens. Yes, this group is linked to a project. I won't say which yet, but you'll find out soon. These little bumps are fantastic, aren't they? I'm just so fascinated by how many there are and how they're all swarming here. Let's close this up. That was actually the least interesting part, since many balfouria are on the market and they're also quite cheap. Well, this group pack, which is 20 pieces, cost me 400 zlotys. Yeah, so that's 20 zlotys per piece. Now it's gonna get more interesting, because in this second big container, there's a spider that I've never shown you before. This is also an Asian spider, just like the balfouri, which are found on Socotra, but this spider is found in Vietnam. But to show it to you, I need to zoom in a bit. Oh. And brighten it up a bit. That's it, we've got it. But for this, I need tweezers. Where are my tweezers? That's interesting. There's nothing like having a mess in your tools. What you see here, and what will be done very quickly in a moment, I'll cut it a bit. Oh dear. Oh, okay. It's really bad. This is the heroine from one of the latest reels. The spider is extremely very angry. This small, angry creature is an Asian tarantula. She's not fully grown yet, and will get much bigger. This is an Ornithoctoninae species silver, and this name can actually tell us quite a lot about it. First of all, this spider doesn't have its own scientific name. It's unidentified. All we know is that it belongs to the Ornithoctoninae subfamily, which is characteristic of the tropical regions of Asia. Secondly, it's been in the hobby only relatively recently, and the nickname silver has become its distinctive feature because these spiders, especially the females, look as if they're covered in silver. They are so incredibly silver blue, which simply gives them a beautiful appearance. Unfortunately, you won't see this appearance too often in captivity, because these are very secretive spiders that spend most of their lives underground and hunt small arthropods from ambush. And as you can see for yourself, with this spider, even though it's such a little bubble, you already have to use tweezers to handle it, because it will bite. This beautiful small female is already a bit silvery, but she'll grow to about twice her current size. And this is a spider that's known not only for what you see here, meaning it's quite defensive, and that's why I'm doing what you should always do, using tweezers instead of poking small spiders with your finger, but this spider also has another less pleasant trait. It's simply expensive. I paid about 600 zlotys for this female, which is a lot for a spider, but that's just the market price. Yeah, we're so bad, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, we're really so bad. Working with spiders is always fun. Let's cover you up, little one. Now it's getting interesting because here comes the big one, which I've wanted to buy for a long time. I mean, I already have these spiders, but I have them as babies, and honestly, they only make an impression when they grow up and are not yet fully adult. Here is another Asian spider for you, which this time doesn't live in Vietnam, but is found in India. Please, but you can see the color, Jesus, oh Lord. And that's it. My dear friends, before you is what seems to me like a holy grail, at least it used to be. And at least for me, this is a spider from the species Cilantica devamata, which also has a Polish name, I'll tell you in a moment. The psychedelic funnel web. I suspect the name comes from when the species was described in 2014, so it's only about 11 years old, under the name Trigmopaeus psychedelicus, referring to the striking blue, purple, and violet colors of mature individuals. And unfortunately, as they reach adulthood, the females lose a bit of their appearance. She's not an adult female yet, and will still grow, but the males resemble Huichordelufi. And just like with the previous spider, you practically never see this spider. Seriously, it spends its whole life in its burrow. I put her in this container just a few days ago when she arrived, so you can still see her. Once she builds an underground burrow, we'll rarely see her again, except possibly during transfers. Or maybe you'll be able to spot her during some hunting attempt. And a fun fact is that in southern India, where these spiders live naturally, they often live in a sort of quasi-group. That means if there's a slope, you can see a high concentration of holes in that slope, usually above some streams or something like that, in a humid tropical climate. Each hole has a spider and they live very close together. And now I would really like her to show herself a bit more, because she's honestly beautiful, and these spiders are also quite defensive. And besides being defensive, they're also very fast. So, are you going to show us your fangs or not? Or are you more like, I have a small one? Yeah, I have a small one, but it's a bad idea for you to come here. Honestly, this spider's colors are incredible. This grown female unfortunately doesn't have that blue anymore, which is characteristic of the smaller ones, but still, that purple abdomen, the camera just doesn't capture how it shines. It's kind of suede-like, really amazing. Honestly, it's such a beautiful spider, and it's a bit of a shame that it's the way it is, meaning it's so shy, but there's nothing you can do about it. Once again, it's an expensive spider, as L1S cost around 130 to 160 zlotys, depending on the seller. This female cost me about 800, something like that. Let's close this bastard. Now for the two biggest curiosities, the smallest spiders here. And the first thing is, of course, a spider whose name you can already see here. This is, of course, Typhochlaena seladonia, which was also once considered a holy grail. And when it entered the hobby, it made such a wow and reached such prices that it was mind-blowing. Initially, seladonia spiderlings cost around 2,000 zlotys each. Now prices are about 300-350 zlotys. This is a female. Yes, I bought a sexed female at around L5 stage, and this spider cost me 1,000 zlotys, which I think is a reasonable price for a female of about this size. She is absolutely beautiful. I wish I could show her to you now, but I'll record macro close-ups later. However, the highlight of these spiders is that, as you can see, this is just an ordinary piece of cork tube. And the spider isn't here. No, it's not in the container either. So where is it? And the whole magic is that Seladonia, even though they're tarantulas, they behave a bit like trapdoor spiders, and our little one is hiding right here under. The flap it made for itself shows shiny spots inside. Those are its opistosoma, or abdomen. Later, when I do the macro shots, I'll try to show you even more how amazing she is, because right now I don't want to just boldly chase her out, you know? And there are rumors that Seladonia is an incredibly difficult spider to keep. That's partly true and partly not true. It's much easier to kill a Seladonia than those hardy spiders from the Brachypelma or Grammostola genus, because they are very sensitive to too much moisture and we can't let them get soaked. Unfortunately, I once did that to my little seladonia, and she died on me. Plus, the fact is that it's easier to keep a big spider than a small one. That's why I bought a slightly grown-up female already. She has a centimeter-long body, which is cool. She's not a tiny 4mm thing, so we'll see how she does. But I specifically gave her a piece of cork tube with a lot of lichens so she could make that flap. What happened? It probably happened last night since there was no flap yesterday, but it's there today. And she will slowly start making her little home there, which will be lined with spider silk, and inside the little spider will be sitting. It's amazing. I'm enchanted and in love with this spider. The English name, Brazilian jewel tarantula, perfectly matches this spider's appearance. It's truly a little jewel. And at the very end, there's this little container, which is filled with substrate. If we open this container, then there's no spider, right? This is, my dear friends, one of the strangest, most fascinating, and most peculiar spiders that I got myself this year. Got myself is a stretch. I got this spider for free, and free is always a fair price. This is a spider that is a very, very close cousin of the spiders that live in Poland, specifically the Chiracanthium spiders. If you haven't heard, 3 Chiracanthium spider species live in Poland. These spiders could loosely be called tarantulas and are much more similar to the ones I showed you today than to orb weavers, wasp spiders, or other common Polish spiders. In Poland, we have 3 species of Chiracanthium spiders, which are very rare and protected, and all 3 belong to the Atypidae family, that is, the Purseweb spiders. And this spider here belongs to the same family, but it's a different genus, specifically the genus Calommata. And more precisely, it's most likely Calommata signata. This is a spider that naturally occurs also in Asia, specifically in China, both Koreas, I think, and Japan. I'd say this is a trapdoor spider, but that's not completely accurate. They don't make that characteristic, very visible trapdoor, but rather just jump out of the burrow. Or like our local spiders, they pierce through the wall of the burrow with their venomous fangs. And if something walks over the burrow, because their tunnel is practically on the ground, they simply stab it and pull it into the burrow. It's incredible, but what's even more amazing is this spider's appearance. Soon, we'll dig it out so I can show you up close. Damn, alright, whatever, let's just do it without any hesitation. From below, you can see she dug a small burrow. Oh Jesus, alright. Oh, and here we have what I was telling you about, which is that kind of a web tunnel in the burrow. Oh, exactly. This is, my friends, the tunnel, which due to the low height of this container, I should normally give her a bigger container. This is just temporary. This tunnel would lead deeper into the ground. And if the spider sensed that there was some prey near the tunnel, it would jump out. But now the point is to actually see the spider itself. This web is also very sticky. And she, you see, wraps all of this, the tunnel, from the inside. If this spider bites me now, and it definitely can, which I'll show you in a moment, it'll be funny. Okay, I see it now, I see it, I see it, I see it. Hey there! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Are we running away? Yeah. And that's it. Do you get it? It's such a small, weird, and awkward spider which has an incredibly thick 3rd and 4th pair of legs, which are adapted specifically for digging, and it's just so funny. At the same time, look how tiny its first pair of legs is. It's something amazing. Additionally, these spiders are often quite defensive, at least when they're cornered, so to speak. This female is rather calm, but a long time ago, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, I had this spider. Then they disappeared for a while, and now I managed to get a female again. I had the chance to see with my own eyes just how defensive they can be. And here, oh Jesus, they're also so clumsy. And another interesting fact about these spiders is that males are extremely rare. Seriously. This is a female. I don't know if she's an adult. I don't think so yet. They can reach about 25 1 3/16 inches in body length. Oh, she pooped on the table. Great. However, males are, first of all, extremely rare. So, are you going to get us some chelicerae or not? Oh, okay, steady chelicerae, we're recording, sir. When I touch her, do those chelicerae go up? Here's how the venom claws move. Wow, what kind of crazy thing is this? What kind of alien is this anyway? Oh, right, and it's already biting. And bam, there's no way it won't bite here. God, she's so funny. Okay, sorry, back to the point. Males are very rare. And they're so rare that if a male is discovered, it becomes a publication. To prove it, I'm showing you a publication about discovering a male Calommata signata or a related species from this genus, which has around 16 species. I'm really into it. Although it's the smallest spider I'm showing you, it's probably the strangest and most peculiar one. One more fact. Males are rare and much smaller. For example, if the female is 25 millimeters, the male is about 7, so he's just tiny. That's all, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a comment, give a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!